Well, my kinfolks came to my assistance for a minute.
And that phone call, those things help.
Sometimes you get in positions, man, that you need people, and people that you think will be there, not really there for you. You start writing letters and shit to people, and you wondering, damn, why? Is they not getting my letters, or they just don't give a fuck?
Out of sight, out of mind. So you see who will take your phone call, because you got to call collect, or you see who's going to take the time to write a letter. It seems like such a simple thing, but, you know, a lot of people don't do it.
Everybody falls off. Nobody wants to, all of a sudden, it's like no one wants to deal with you, which was fine with me, because I'd rather know who is down with me.
And see, you know who your people are, so you don't sweat them. Like, man, come see me this weekend, come see me. Nah, man, you don't do that.
You gotta work with what you can work with, man. You can't be stressing out what you ain't got. All the ones that done laid down on you, you might be mad at them and wait for them to fuck up and come to the same yard you own.
It was cool to have somebody at least out there who gave a fuck about me. Anyone who exhibits loyalty like that, it isn't forgotten.
Antron Singleton, a.k.a. Big Lurch, was enjoying an emerging career in hip-hop. A rapper from Texas, Lurch collaborated with Bay Area artists like Sibo, E40, and Mystical.
I started off underground with 45, you know, rapping over other people's beats, doing shows like in 91, 92 in Dallas, Texas. And I came to California. Mac Mall hooked me up with Mike Mosley. Mike Mosley was doing Tupac at the time in E40. I got in while I fitted in and got my shine on, you know?
So on September the 16th, I had a car accident. A drunk driver hit my car. I broke my neck. When I got out, you know, I couldn't walk or nothing. I was really feeling a lot of pain. So what I did was, you know, I started smoking PCP. I smoked it 2 or 3 times when I was younger and got that numbing feeling. So I was using PCP as an anesthesia.
After Lurch recovered from the car accident, he resumed his music career. But he was also living in a dope house with a group of LA gangbangers he befriended. One night at a party, the crew broke out the PCP.
You know, the guys who I thought was my friends, you know, they start passing the PCP around. You know, we start smoking the PCP, and they just kept feeding it to me and feeding it to me. The next thing I remember, I woke up in jail with a murder.
In April of 2002, Big Lurch was arrested and charged with the brutal murder of his friend, Tanisha Sayers.
When the police got me, they said that I was butt naked, walking up the street, pulling my hair out, barking like a dog, butt naked with blood on my body.
Well, the lady downstairs, she said she went in and she said Taisha was laying like in front of the door part, and she said that her chest was wide open where she can see her intestines, and said that her face was sliced.
Now, there was blood on my body, and it was body parts ripped out and all that. I'm not going to say it wasn't. Do I know what happened? No, because I was really that high.
A medical examination performed after his capture discovered human flesh in Lurch's stomach that was not his own.
They wouldn't let me see the body, but I had a cousin that was going to be a coroner, and she was down there, and she was saying, Curlin, you don't need to come down here. You don't need to see this, because it's worse than they saying.
Lurch tried to plead insanity, but the California court system does not allow for voluntary drug users to plead insanity due to the effects of the drugs ingested.
Gangbangers got on the stand on me and took the stand on me and said I did it.
But far as her boyfriend, he was a gang member, I believe he the one set all this up. He was beating on her. She had all her stuff packed, ready to leave the day all this happened.
They got me high on purpose to take advantage of me.
She got hit in the back of the neck with a one of the little kids' scooters, because a handprint was on the scooter, bloody handprint, but they said they didn't know who that was, but it wasn't his.
It's not even no proof that I actually did the murder. My prints wasn't on her weapon. It was a dope house. They didn't find no dope in the dope house, though.
She didn't smoke the PCP. It was like somebody pulled it down. You know, the bottle was pulled down her throat because she had so much in her system. They said ain't no way she could have smoked that much.
We on Figueroa, we were heavily armed up in there, you know what I mean? We had all kind of guns up in there. But when the police hit the spot, there wasn't no guns up in there.
There's evidence there like footprints, fingerprints on doors, you know, bloody fingerprint. You know, shoe at the back door, you know, and it's like, where all this evidence go? It was DNA. Who DNA was? They said DNA came up lost.
So evidently the gangbangers cleaned the spot out. Did I even do the murder though? That's the question.
Then the police said they caught Big Lurch running down the street, butt naked, covered with her blood. But when they showed it on TV, he wasn't covered with blood. You know, it was just, you know, like from him gnawing on her lung, it was like, you know, drops of blood like on here, and he had a little the tissue on his beard. They saying he was high, she was high. So they made it look like he did all this work to her. There's no way he could have done that work because the way she was messed up, hatred had to been there. And like he said, he didn't hate her.
They brought up a song I did called I Did It To You. You know, it's like Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, and Freddy Krueger, Jeffrey Dahmer, Charles Manson, and none of your friends on bench to school ya. You know, they brought up that song like it was a blueprint for the murder, and the jury went for it.
To me, he didn't have no fair trial. It's like, he did it, we're gonna put all this on him, he done it, it's over. That was it.
They convicted me over lunch break. It wasn't no day deliberation, wasn't an hour. They said lunch break, deliberate. As soon as lunch break was over, guilty, guilty, guilty.
In November of 2003, he was sentenced to life in prison.
I didn't have fights with dudes that would walk up to me like, oh, you killed that broad, nigga. Yeah, nigga, Big Lurch. I hit him in their fucking mouth like, nigga, that's my homegirl. That's all I do is, you know, read the Bible, read books, anything I'm interested in, read up on business, the music industry, because like it is, it's just nothing but time. And if you don't utilize it as a positive, then it's gonna do you. So you gotta do your time.
My mom always said you got to forgive, but I'll never forget, you know, what happened to her. But yeah, I forgave him. I don't believe he done that. I believe he probably was off on that PCP and, you know, he tripped. He saw that piece of lung lying on the floor and he, you know, probably figured it was a piece of meat or whatever. So he just took it and started chewing on it. But far as him, no, I don't believe that.
You know, I got high off my square. That ain't cool. I'll never be off my square again.
And I believe he should have another trial. And I believe everything will come out then.
I don't believe in justice no more. It's just us, man, and God.
In 2004, Stress Free Entertainment and Black Market Records released Lurch's solo album, It's All Bad. As of 2008, it is not known whether Lurch will ever be eligible for parole. The celebrity status that a rapper enjoyed on the outside can be a curse on the inside. Other inmates can either be over-aggressive fans who draw unwanted attention or bitter haters eager to test the new fish. Oftentimes, an artist's best bet is to keep a low profile and try to blend in, though there are inevitably a handful of knuckleheads ready to make that as difficult as possible.
There was this one rapper named Chicago. He wanted me to do beats for him when I got out. So I gave him my hookup and I said, if you get out of here, then, you know, call me up. I basically gave him the number just to shut him up.
The obstacle was getting used to being in jail. The obstacle of people knowing you are, teasing you, bothering you, trying to feel you out type of stuff.
Me being RBX, and they know who I was, there's a few knuckleheads that you got to deal with when you get in. You know, I kind of said some things that I kind of recanted, like, yo, I'm gonna be up out of this motherfucker soon. And you just see people attitude changing. Well, yeah, well, motherfucker, well, I got all day, nigga. And you ask me, be like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be saying that.
I don't like to tell people about like what I do and anything like that. You can't do that. You will be a target.
You're a hater. Don't be mad because I got visits and I get letters. I mean, don't burn your fucking bridges.
I had a problem with this older guy. He just swore up and down that I thought I was special. And I was like, I don't even talk about what I'm doing. But because I make records, he figured, you know, I don't like this guy. Why? Because I just don't like him.
That one dude will pressure you so much that if you don't touch him, everybody else will press you.
The only way to do it is to go on a step and mash him on out.
I had a few. There's a few little young dudes, I had to check them.
So now you end up either being extra cool with dudes or you bust his head open.
After that, he don't want that again. That's what it's like, man. You gotta go in and get your respect.
And then you gotta sleep next to the person that you just got popping with. I slept with my shoes on. Very seldom took them off. Because I'm not the type of person who like to fight without shoes. You don't want to be sliding all over that cement.
If you're on some bullshit, I can smell it and I don't fuck with you. Because obviously you're miserable and you want me to be miserable with you.
But I'm gonna tell you something, man. You can't win with these folks, man.
A native of Philadelphia, Barry Adrian Reese, AKA Cassidy the Hustler, is a platinum-selling rapper. His first album, Split Personality, debuted at #2 on the Billboard charts, and his second album, I'm a Hustler, reached #5. The ringtone version of his track, I'm a Hustler, was one of the first ever ringtones to be certified platinum. But on April 15, 2005, Philadelphia police reported that 3 men, including Cassidy, fired on 3 other men during an argument in the rapper's West Oak Lane neighborhood in Northwest Philadelphia.
When I got locked up, I had jewelry, I had females, I had cars, I had houses. I was eating the finest foods. I was just living it up. And then all of that got taken away from me instantly. I had to turn myself in and go to a county jail and live the same type of lifestyle everybody else was living. I wasn't guilty when I was sitting in jail. They didn't prove me guilty yet. I didn't even go to trial yet. So how can you make me sit in jail from innocent until proven guilty? When I first went in, I had a publicized case. I was in a newspaper, so they automatically put you either protective custody or they put you in a hole or something or separate you. But once I found out that I wasn't gonna get bail when I had to stay, I wanted to get off PC, because when you on PC, you locked in for 22 hours. You know what I'm saying? So I wanted to get out and be in regular population to where I could go to church, I could go here, I could go play basketball. I wanted to really be out.
On January 24, 2006, Cassidy was convicted of involuntary manslaughter and 2 counts of aggravated assault.
Jail ain't for nobody. Like I said, it's like modern day slavery. It take away your freedom. You feel the worst way that you could feel from being in jail. Having somebody telling you when to eat, when to sleep, when to wake up, when to watch TV, when to piss, and when to take off your clothes, and how much clothes you can wear and what food you can eat. It's like, that's torture, you know what I'm saying? And for a lot of the crimes people be committing, I don't even think they deserve to go through that. Some kids might do think it's cool to go to prison because they don't want to get picked on, they don't want to get abused, so that's why they might join gangs, or that's why they might be a part of a negative squad. They want to look like they tough, or they want to not look like it's easy to get over on them. So when you go to jail, it's like something that you can add to your record to show how real you is, what you've been through, and to let people know that I'm willing to do anything, you know what I'm saying? There's some dudes on the street whose lifestyle is so crazy that they live better in jail than they do on the street. You guaranteed a meal every day. You guaranteed to have a certain amount of clothes and certain little soaps and wash up. They don't never have nobody come and visit them. They never got no family members that write them. So there's nobody on the outside that love them. So their family is in jail. That's why they like staying in there.
Cassidy was sentenced to 11.5 to 23 months in jail and was credited with the 7 months he'd already served.
I've been locked up before. I never really did like a long bid or really had to do any real time. So when I got there, I kept God first. I read the Bible from cover to cover almost twice. I wrote lyrics, not as much as I do out here. I didn't have music. I mean, I wasn't in the studio, but I did write, and I'm saying a lot of my thoughts down, a lot of my ideas down. It made me focus. It gave me time to think. It gave me time to read. It gave me time to mature. It gave me time to get my life in perspective. And it also gave me time to man up and realize what I was supposed to be doing and the reason why I was blessed with the things I was blessed with and the reason why I was in the situation I was in. For me to make the changes that I made, I had to go through something serious. So it seemed like it was a bad thing and I had bad luck in the beginning, but in the long run, it turned out to be better for me. Even though I wouldn't want to go through it again, I'm happy it happened.
Cassidy was released from Pennsylvania's Curran-Fromhold Correctional Facility on March 2nd, 2006, after serving 8 months.